What's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, coming to you with some WNBA best bets for today, Thursday, August 11th. We have two WNBA games today. One awesome game. Awesome game between the Chicago Sky and the Las Vegas Aces, two of the best teams in the WNBA. A little bit of a less exciting game. Connecticut Sun, who's very good, against the Los Angeles Sparks, who aren't very good. So let's look at OddsJam. Let's look at the positive EV page. Let's see where some value is. Before I get into that, I would appreciate if you could like the video, comment, and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. Helps me out a ton as part of my role here at OddsJam is to help with the YouTube channel. So if you have been enjoying these videos, would appreciate it if you could just click the like button, subscribe, comment, like all that stuff helps me out a ton. But let's get into it. So right off the bat, looking at the positive EV page, we see that both overs in the first half are being valued in terms of a positive expected value play. So there's one of them that I actually do really like, one of them not so much. Not because the second one is not a profitable play, it is. It's just not as much of an outlier as I would prefer, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with one. So the one that I don't like, just to mention that one first, is this second first half over right here between the Sparks and the Sun. And the reason why is, so it's positive expected value, but one of the books that I like to use to confirm whether a play is an outlier or not is BetOnline. And as we see here, BetOnline has the same pricing for the total as the other two books where the positive EV play would be. And again, if we're looking at this, every single book prices this total at 81.5, except for Tipico, which prices it at 82.5, but heavily juices the under. So not enough of a value here, which is why I don't like that one. But this first one, I do like a lot here. The Las Vegas Aces versus Chicago Sky. I also love this full game total, which we'll get into a little bit later. But the OddsJam line prices this at -123 with the VIG removed, priced at about even -110, only 23 cents in market width. So checks out there. And the EV percent on this one, your mathematical profit margin, 2.41%. So not breaking the bank on this one, still a positive EV play. And the reason why I like this one a little bit better, while every book still does price it at the same total of 87.5, every other book prices this either at even money or juicing towards the over. So Tipico, the OddsJam line have this heavily juiced towards the over, where Caesars and BetOnline have it at even money, but no book is giving you close to -105 on this one. So this is going to be a small, just a half unit play for me because the outlier isn't as great as some of the other plays that I've placed, but it's still a good play in general. So over 87.5, -105 on WinBet, everything it checks out. So this is going to, again, be a small half unit play for me. Let me reconfirm my location. Place bet, and bet has been placed. So we are good to go. So this is my first one for the WNBA betting slate today, over 87.5 in the Sky versus Aces game. So now let me just add this one to my bet tracker, $50. So as we can see, there's no other positive expected value play here, but that's actually on the positive EV page. But there's still ways in which you can go through the odds and find positive EV plays on your own, which is exactly what I did here. So if you go to a game, so let's first look at the Chicago Sky versus Las Vegas Aces. So there's no value on the money line for either team, as we can see here. +105, the OddsJam line, Tipico Tipico Caesars BetMGM. And then for the Aces side, -115 best odds are on BetOnline. No other book is giving you anything in the teens. No value there. If we want to go to the point spread, a little bit of value if you want to take the Aces -1. But if you remove the VIG, it won't be a positive expected value play. And BetOnline also has this spread at -1. So no really value there on any of the main lines. If we want to go to the total, there is actually a little bit of value. So PointsBet, Caesars, WinBet prices total at 174. But most other books, BetMGM, FanDuel, Tipico, and then the three sharp books, BetOnline, Bookmaker, and the OddsJam line, the OddsJam Perfect Line, price this total at 174.5. So not breaking the bank, but a half point higher than what we would be getting it at 174. And they also heavily juice towards the over. Bookmaker has it at -114. the under at minus 108. OddsJam line has the over at minus 114, the under at minus 103. So both books have tight markets, but are favoring the over 174.5. So to remove the VIG, all you need to do is go to calculators, no VIG odds, and you type in both sides of the line. So if the odds for the over are higher than minus 110, the over would be positive EV, and if any odds for the under are lower than minus 110, then that would be positive EV. Obviously, we know the under won't be EV, but let's find out about the over. Minus 121 plus 103, and we see that the pricing here, the no VIG odds, are at minus 111, giving this bet roughly a 52.6% chance of occurring. Getting it at minus 110 is slightly positive expected value. And because more books are favoring the over, even at a higher number, the guess is that this will end up beating the closing line and that the totals will rise a little bit. So this isn't necessarily a 5-unit McSlam on this one because the edge you're getting isn't massive. You're getting a half-point edge, but still favoring the over. So this is just going to be a 1-unit play for me. Again, backing the over in the sky versus aces. So place bet, and we are good to go there. So those are going to be my 2 WNBA best bets for today. Unfortunately, as of right now, no value on the the second game, the Sparks versus the Sun. I'll have to monitor as the day goes on. So make sure to keep following me on Twitter, Modi_Matt, where I post some WNBA plays. And again, on the YouTube channel, would appreciate it if you could like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps me out a ton. But that's all I got for you. So I appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.